All righty, my friends. Welcome to the Lone Officer Breakfast Club. It is Friday. Yay! Woo! Mr. Nate Carver in the house. What's going on, Nathan? Good to see you, my friend. Jared Manley's here. Let's see, man. Got to pick on some sisters. Of course, Daniela's here. And we've got Jen Woodland in the house as well. Good to have you as always. Hey, John Shea, we just talked on the phone the other day. What's going on, brother? How you doing? Yee, okay,
We've got
man.
Mr. Owen Lee in the house.
Oh, yay.
2 days in a row?
Yes.
2 days in a row.
How did
2
we
days
get
in a
2
row.
days in a row?
Is today Thursday?
You know, it's just, he just likes to hang out with me, I think that's what it is. Yeah.
I thought it was me and Kristen and Jen, but it's fine. I mean,
It might be, to tell you
If
the
you
truth.
want to take the credit, Frank, you are
Okay.
an Navy man.
Well,
Kristen,
that's
Jen, and Kristen versus Frank and Chris.
right. Yeah. Okay.
Come on. Come on.
All
Who do you-
right.
I can see. I'm out. I'm not going to fight a losing battle.
All right. Well, awesome, man. Well, look, hey, Owen, I know you got a big announcement for us, but let's just hang tight for about 5 minutes. You good with that? And then you can give us the announcement, then we'll segue over to Chris. So in the meantime, before we get started, I think the thing that we should do is obviously just highlight Kristen Simpson, because that's what we do. We
Why
just
not?
I'm
highlight her.
going to give you this finger, Frank. This finger.
I'm going to give you this and cheers, because why not? Sorry, Kristen. I just had to do that.
Happy
All
Friday,
right.
everybody.
All right. Well, hey, man, let's, what do you think we should do, ladies? What should we do to start this day? I mean, we could ask about, what people need help with. We could do wins. We could, talk about anything here for 5 minutes or so.
Well, I'd love to know if there's any first timers here. We haven't asked that in a couple of days. So
Oh, yeah.
recognize anybody who's here for the first time or this is your first week. Let us know. We'd love to know how you found out about the Breakfast Club. We're happy you're here.
Yeah.
and I want to say Happy Father's Day weekend to all the dads out there. So
Ah,
Happy
thank
Father's
you.
Day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we got a first week with Chris Richardson. That's
Ooh,
cool.
welcome, Chris. Where is
Yeah.
Chris? Let's chat with him. I wonder where he's from.
Yeah. Let's chat with him. Where you at, Chris? Can you unmute? You can unmute, trust me. It's okay.
Chris Richardson.
Yep.
Chris Richardson. Yeah.
Is it coming up? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? I'm from Lynchburg, Virginia, and I'm working with a mentor and a coach right now. And he told me to join the Breakfast podcast, and I've been listening to you guys since Tuesday so far, so it's been very informative.
All right. You're literally brand new and good, man. So let's see. Tuesday. What was Tuesday? I can't remember what we did Tuesday.
Or it might have
Jody.
been Wednesday. It might have
Even
been Wednesday, actually.
Yeah. Wednesday. So you just been here a couple of days. Cool, man. Right on. Yeah. Keep coming, man. You're gonna love it.
That is a
Oh,
smart. That is a smart mentor.
That is a smart
No,
mentor.
No, yeah, he is. I think he's been listening to you guys for a long time now.
Mm.
So,
Are
yeah.
you new to the business, Chris, or?
Yeah, I'm about like 4 months in, so still networking and still building everything up. And then I'm just having him, he's basically sitting here structuring my day to show me like the guide and the way to go about how he's gone. And I'll try it out and see how it goes. I mean, I like it so far, the way he's mentored me. So,
Good.
I mean, I'm
Well-
hearing a lot of good things right there. Go to the Breakfast Club, free resource for you. Tune in daily. Let me help you with your time blocking.
yeah, no, I know. No, it's amazing. It's amazing. But obviously it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. So,
Well, you know what? I'm going to call on, hang tight, Chris, because I'm going to call on Nate Carver real quick. Nate, can you unmute real fast?
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
So Chris, just so you know, Nate's amazing originator, just fantastic, incredible. And so I just thought, well, why not, Nate? The one thing he'd say to Chris, what would it be? He's newer, he's getting started, he's got a mentor, he's kind of getting his things together. What would you say would be the one thing you'd tell yourself when you were in the business for 4 months, Nate? Tell that to Chris.
Get your calendar out
Mm.
and block your green time, your outbound sales activity time. Block that on your calendar Monday through Friday.
Yep.
And your number one goal, the number one thing you have to, I'm not going to say the goal, you have to do it, is you got to call real estate agents that are qualified and that have business. And those are the real estate agents you need to meet with. And you need, set your, and then, yeah, that's it. That's
Wonderful.
the bottom line. That's what you got to do.
Now,
That's
would you say I straight up cold call them, or would you say maybe I do like warm and go to some open houses and meet them first in person, then call and follow up, or just do both?
I'd call them, just straight call them. You're gonna,
Okay.
I mean, you can do the open houses. You can do. There's a whole lot of things you can do, but I'm telling you, that's the number one thing to do. And you don't need to complicate that by adding layers of other things to it. But if you're calling on real estate agents that have business, qualified agents, and you're consistent in doing that Monday through Friday since you're brand new in it, that's your number one thing to do. And yeah, that is the number one thing you need to do, in my opinion.
Will do. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you, Nate. Appreciate you, brother. And Chris, if you need help with like, what do you say? Because that's the next thing, right? Just visit us at the main office. Go to dailysuccessplan.com. And for anybody else who's listening, dailysuccessplan.com, who might be thinking the same thing. What do I say? Right? dailysuccessplan.com will walk you through it. Hey guys, we got Owen Lee in the house who has a special breaking news announcement with Owen Lee.
Frank,
going on,
I
Owen?
don't think I've ever been introduced with like such pomp and circumstance before. I don't know where you found that. I'm like,
Only at Breakfast Club, my friend.
I don't know. It's awesome. Well, hey, I was texting earlier this morning, everyone, with Carl and Frank on some very good news. And Frank's like, hey, why don't you jump on for a few minutes this morning? So I thought I would. But great news. No, Jim Yarrington, the buoys of uncertainty have not signed a recording deal. Although that would be really good news. We were here talking about trigger leads yesterday, just 24 hours ago. And yesterday, in a huge victory for the NBA, the National NBA, their advocacy team, and a huge victory for the mortgage industry. I mean, really, the Senate unanimously passed the trigger leads bill. We totally went past the committee. They declined to hold an individual hearing, and they passed the bill. Remember, they passed it unanimously by voice vote last year. We were very hopeful that they would do it again. I couldn't really talk about it publicly yesterday. But last night at about 9 o'clock, the trigger leads bill passed the Senate unanimously. So no votes against. And to have this kind of victory in this kind of divided Washington, D.C. just speaks to the fact that this is common sense legislation.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter if you're red or blue or conservative or progressive or Democrat or Republican, north, south, east, west, whatever. I think we can all agree how annoying 700 calls are, in 48 hours. So, I don't know, Jen, if you have that slide from yesterday, but we moved that red arrow down another step. We do have to go to conference. The House committee has passed the bill. The entire House has not passed the bill. It has not come up for a vote in the entire House. So our next step is to have the entire House of Representatives vote on the bill. Hopefully we can get that done in the next week. There may or may not be about 10 or 12 of us from the NBA having dinner with the Speaker of the House on the 24th of June about the trigger leads bill. So we're very hopeful. And this was a giant additional leap to take in 24 hours. So I just wanted to come on and let everybody know about the good news.
Great. This was like completely unexpected, right? We didn't realize this would happen this quickly.
We did not expect it to happen this quickly. We had an opportunity. The NBA advocacy team. I know you don't know these people, but the Mortgage Bankers Association is a political director named Bill Kilmer, and then they have four full-time advocates or lobbyists. One for House Republicans, one for House Democrats, one for Senate Republicans, one for Senate Democrats. And our Senate lobbyists did some yeoman's work yesterday and got this on the agenda. And we knew we had a really, really good chance to pass it because it's basically the same bill as last year that passed unanimously. And like I said, when I was on the Capitol Hill lobbying, I had 7 meetings with reps and senators in April. They were all for it. And some really diverse political backgrounds were for it. And so it's really just, I don't want to get corny or, anything like that, but it's nice to see that a group of regular people that are concerned about an issue can get a piece of legislation and move it down the pike. And hopefully, we're not there yet, hopefully get it passed. And I know it seems like a long time, but 3 years is not a long time to spin up a piece of legislation and get it passed in the Congress. So good news this morning on trigger leads. Excellent news.
Thank you. Oh, and we're going to go ahead and do victory fanfare for the trigger lead progress.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, man, that's great news, brother.
If you're getting value from this already, go ahead and tap that like button. It helps more loan officers find content that actually makes a difference. And hey, if staying ahead of the market and learning what's really working in our industry matters to you, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss another episode. We read every comment, so drop your thoughts down below. We'd love to hear from you and know what's working or what you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you here next time.
Hey, man, thanks so much for popping in kind of impromptu like that and giving
No
us
problem.
the heads up. It's something that's important to all of us. So thank you for doing that. It's always a pleasure,
Yes.
my friend.
You guys
Appreciate
have a great
brother.
day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers.
All right. You too, brother. See you later,
All
man.
right.
See you later.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right. Well, let's bring on. I don't even know what music I have for Chris Johnstone anymore. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? Yes, this one. This is the one. This is the Chris Johnstone walk-up music, my friend. Once again, Chris Johnstone. Now, look at this. We do have to spotlight him, though. It's absolutely necessary and imperative to spotlight him because he is coming to us from Africa, my friends. Yes, he is. How cool is that, man? Amazing. Yeah, photo, everything looks pretty nice. They're actually doing pretty good. And, yeah, I got some good internet, and don't feel too bad for him. It is 3:30 in the afternoon out there.
Yes.
So, I mean, he's wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. Good to go, unlike some of us over here.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, Chris, hey, man, thanks for coming in from Africa, and thanks for sharing the stuff on Facebook. If you guys have seen Chris's sharing on social, it's been really, really neat. He was telling us some stories in the green room, getting Gen Z actually crying in the green room. So he's got a lot going on out there. Maybe give us a little insight to how that's going, and then just dive into whatever you want to talk about today, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So today is actually part 3 of how to leverage AI to get more mortgage business, but we'll get to that. So good morning, everybody. I'm actually filthy. I don't know if you can tell, but we're fresh out of the desert, and yes, live from Africa. But we're not here for a tour. We're here to hopefully have some impact. So we started our trip on Monday with a trip to a school that had 1,500 students in it, and they only have desks for 3 out of 5 kids. So they literally have classrooms with anywhere between like 120 and 130 kids per classroom, and like the front half of the classroom is kids sitting on the floor. So we showed up, built desks for all of these kids, and then stained them and got them ready to go into the classrooms. But man, when you show up and 1,500 kids come out, and we're here with our 2 kids, our kids are 9 and 10. When they come out and they greet you, it was just outrageous. So we're having lots of experiences like that. And then the one thing that I will share about that before we get to the other stuff is one of the reasons why we were there at the school was to provide water, because there should be roughly another 1,000 kids that go to that school, but they can't go to school because they're in charge of water for the family. And so there's this like cliff basically that you walk down, which is 1.5 kilometers down and 1.5 kilometers up, that goes to a moving puddle, and that's where they get their water from.
Wow.
And so the kids can't go to school because they're on water duty, and they have to walk up and down that hill 5 times a day to get enough water for one family. So there are kids that are just dedicated to bringing water to the family. So while we were there, Rafiki Outreach is the group that we're with, and Reed, who's become a good friend of mine, has the equipment to actually drill for water. And so we surveyed the property, and we go through and you take these copper pipes and drive them into the ground and then shoot electricity through them, and it reads in the ground. And we found water in the back corner of where all the kids play, which is enough for us to be able to get the drill into the school. And we're going to be able to drill a well at the school and provide clean water, not only to all of the kids in the school, but to the entire community that's there, because they don't have access to fresh, clean water. So that was day 1. And we're here on day 5. And like story after story, which I'm happy to share at another date when it's more appropriate and we have more time, because I don't want to take the show talking about all that. But we've had some really incredible experiences. So thanks for letting me share, Frank.
Hey, Chris, I want to ask you one thing, because I'm a, all right, Chris, and I don't want to hear the Navy comments right now, but 1.5 kilometers, what is that, in miles, or how far is that?
So each trip basically equates to about 1.5 mile walk. Each, like if they do it both ways, it's about 1.5 miles to get one, and they got 5 times a day.
So, and they're lugging how many gallons?
As much as they can
carry,
but basically a 5-gallon bucket on top of their head.
Huffing 5 gallons, almost a mile, 3/4 of a mile back from the water. Wow.
I know. And it sounds like something.
And it's steep too, because you had in the video, it was like super steep and slippery, and they're lugging that up there. Man, oh man. Well, thank God, man. Praise the Lord for you, brother, and what you guys are doing out there and getting that water for those people. That's awesome. All right. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. Take it away with the AI.
Okay. It's all good. All right. Now let's get to the marketing stuff. Okay. So 3 weeks ago, I gave you the AI prompt that you put into ChatGPT, and then you create a task and it creates your content for you. So your blog post, your social media post, the email that goes to your database to announce the blog post that you made, an email that goes to your realtors that announces the blog post that you made. And the whole reason why we did that is so that when somebody goes to ChatGPT or to Google and says, hey, what mortgage lender should I be using in this marketplace, or best mortgage lender near me, or mortgage broker, that content over time stacks up, makes you an authority, and you get consumer direct leads. As a result of that, you take those leads, pre-qualify them, and use those to get new referral relationships. So this is a part-by-part series where I'm teaching you how to get inbound leads from AI and Google. So that was week 1. Then in week 2, last week, we talked about local business directories. Because if your local business directories are messed up, when Google or ChatGPT tries to say, hey, somebody's looking for this mortgage business, but here's this old company information and the phone number of websites different on this one, it can't really figure out whether everything matches, and you fall down the rankings as a result of that. So I showed you how to go out, make sure all your business directories are the same on all of the local business directories out there, so that you're an authority. So that's where we are. Today, we're going to talk about ratings and reviews. And the reason we're going to talk about ratings and reviews is because it's social proof to Google and ChatGPT that they can feel comfortable referring you customers, but it's also a way to go out and get immediate referrals and immediate business right now. You can take the two strategies and put them together. So here's how this whole strategy works. And Jen or Kristen or whoever can help out in the chat. If you could post the link to the Facebook post there, I've made a Facebook post. If you go to Facebook and you type, just follow the instructions in the Facebook post, it will send you this document. So I've written out a document that has everything that you need to copy and paste and go through this whole thing. Now, Frank, if you could help me out here. The internet here actually isn't great. And the fact that we've been this good for this long is like the sun is shining on the internet here. So I'm going to try and share my screen, but if this ruins my connection at all or my audio goes bad, just let me know and we'll stop sharing and we'll just talk through it if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay. So this is the document that you're going to get, and it's called the post-close 5-star review strategy. And so what you do is you wait until you close a deal, and everybody here knows reach out to your past customers, right? You reach out to the past customer, you ask for a 5-star rating and review, and that's a great way to build social proof. What we're going to do here today is we're going to use a strategy that almost nobody thinks about or uses that's arguably more powerful than getting reviews from your past customers. And it's getting reviews from all of the referral partners and the professionals that you worked with on the deal, because it's a way for you to give back to them, get a review from a referral partner, a realtor, financial planner, insurance advisor, title company, everybody that works on the deal. You can use this strategy. I've written it as though you're going to do it with a realtor, but we want you to use this strategy for everybody that's attached to the deal. And here's how it works. The first thing that you do is you leave a review for that professional on their Google business profile. So the deal closes, you take the template, you leave a rating and review for the real estate agent or whoever it is. Google goes nuts notifying them that they got a 5-star rating and review. You know, every time you get a 5-star rating and review, they send you a text, they send you an email, they send you a notification inside your Gmail. Like, they let you know that you got a 5-star rating and review. If you're inside the loan officer CRM, it sends you a notification and actually posts it on your website for you. But the reason why that's great is because the real estate agent is going to know that you left them a rating and review. So they go, oh, wow, that's awesome. Frank left me a review. That's super sweet. So you leave them a review, then you follow up with them. And right here in this copy and paste review template, this is just copy and paste this and leave the review for the agent. What I do on these is I take this template and I put it into ChatGPT and I say, hey, I just did a deal with agent name. Here's their website. I want to leave them a great 5-star rating and review. Here's a template for you to follow. And it will write an amazing review for you to copy and paste for that real estate agent to post on their profile. So they're like, oh, that's sweet. Then you follow up with an email and a phone call. So follow the daily success plan here at Mortgage Marketing Animals. Do the daily success plan, make your calls, right? As part of those calls, you're calling the agents and referral partners that you've closed a deal with to follow up on the deal after sending them this email. I've got an email template for you here that you copy and paste. I put 3 subject lines in here, and then the email body goes, hey, first name, just want to say it was awesome to work with you on, insert your client's name there. So it's personalized to them. They know that you wrote it specific to them. You helped everything run smooth from start to finish. I think we work really well as a team. I hope both you and your clients enjoyed the weekly updates, because we're all following the daily success plan and we're doing daily status or weekly status updates on our deals, right? Quick question. Do you have anyone in your pipeline right now who might need a pre-approval? I'd love to jump in early and help out however I can. Also, I left you a 5-star review on Google. You earned it. Hope it helps bring in that next new client. If you're up for it, I'd love a review in return. Here's my link, and your Google review link goes here. And so we're asking for the business, and we're following up and asking them to leave you a 5-star rating and review. But we've already left them a review. So the reciprocity comes in, and it's great for them to go like, wow, it felt really good to get that review. I want to give back, and I'm happy to leave this 5-star rating and review. It doesn't make it feel weird at all. It makes sense that you'd be asking for the 5-star rating and review. Frank, cool so far?
Very cool so far.
Okay. The reason why we want these reviews is because when a customer that is referred to you from your database, or you've got a realtor that's referred you a customer, the majority of those people are going to check you out online. They're going to Google your name. They're going to Google your business. They're going to research you online. So the more social proof you can get on your Google profile, it helps you close more of the referrals that you're already getting, and also helps tap into new consumer direct people. So Google gets somebody that says, hey, who's the best mortgage lender in this area? Your ratings and reviews help you show up in those searches. Same thing with ChatGPT. Now, when people are reading the ratings and reviews, past customer reviews are great, but if you get reviews from the top producing realtors that you have relationships with, that you're doing deals with, when customers read those reviews, they actually hold a little bit more weight than a consumer review, because they recognize the realtors. They go, oh, wow, that's a real estate agent leaving a review for this loan officer. They must be good. Of course, I'll make that call. I'll work with that loan officer. So it actually helps you convert more of the people that are researching you online, even though they've already been referred or they've been referred from an agent. And it also helps when you're making your Thor's Hammer calls and you're calling out to qualified real estate agents. A lot of those agents are going to Google you before they call you back. And when they can see other agents that have said good things, that have had a great experience with you, it helps you convert even more real estate referral partners that you're actively doing your outreach to. So there's just an incredible amount of benefits that come from getting these 5-star ratings and reviews. Now, here's the final cherry on top, let's call it. When somebody leaves you a rating and review, and I've looked at hundreds of loan officers' Google profiles, most loan officers don't respond to the reviews, which blows my mind. But it's actually a huge social proof factor, so people can see that you saw the review, you responded back to the person, it just looks good on your brand and you personally. But what it also does is AI is pulling the keywords out of your response to help choose what type of loans and mortgages it's going to recommend you for. Same thing with Google. So I've written you a response template here, again, that you can punch into ChatGPT or just copy and paste as a response, and you put the keyword for the type of mortgage that you help that particular client with. So if they were a first-time home buyer, you respond back, hey, it was great to help you buy your first home. If it's a VA deal, hey, it was awesome helping you get your VA financing. And you're actually training Google and ChatGPT at the same time in your responses to the reviews, what types of loans you help people with and what types of customers those were. So when the next person comes in and says, hey, who's the best VA lender in XYZ market? You've got more authority on that topic because of the responses to the ratings and reviews that you put out. So that's what I've got for you today.
It's awesome, man. This is fantastic. Everything's laid out perfect. Copy paste the whole thing. It's fantastic. So all they have to do is go to the Facebook post and in the comments put more reviews, right? And it'll get to them.
Yep, it sends them a direct message on Facebook. So you just post a comment, more reviews, and you'll get a DM from my artificial intelligence right back instantly, so that you've got access to the Google document. And that Google document is yours to hit file, copy, take it, swipe it, totally free. for everybody here on LOBC. So happy Friday, everybody. Is there any questions?
Yeah, well,
Anybody
let's
have
just
any
make sure the link's working okay, because we have
I tested it and it did take me right to the post.
okay, so Christine, maybe Jim's saying it works. Just try it again, Christine. Put the Facebook link back in there, Jen, just to make double sure. So
I'll put
because
it back in. She might have to log
yeah.
into Facebook. So
Oh,
if she's
okay.
not
That's what
logged
it
into
is.
Facebook, it might have trouble taking you right.
Yeah. You got to be
Chris,
logged in first.
There was also a good question here that I know you and I have talked about in the past, and it has to do with experience.com. So Chad was saying that most of his agents use this, or a lot of people use it, and he's trying to figure out why would you use that third party vendor, and talk a little bit about the workflows within the AI CRM and kind of that whole situation.
Hi, thanks for enjoying Loan Officer Breakfast Club here on YouTube. I just wanted to drop in and remind you that if you're a newer loan officer and you're trying to get to that 2 or 3 deals a month, or if you're seasoned and you're trying to get from 50 to 60 or 60 to 80, Mortgage Marketing Animals has you covered. We've got the full gambit from start to finish, top to bottom. Everything you need is at mortgagemarketinganimals.com. There's a reason that mortgagemarketinganimals.com is the #1 mortgage coaching platform in the country. So check it out, mortgagemarketinganimals.com.
Yes. So great service, great people. I know people over there. It's a fantastic service. I'm a huge Google fan because that's where the majority of the people are going to go and search. And so what we do at the Loan Officer CRM is when you close a deal, you just tag the client as a closed client, and there's a workflow in there that sends out the messages to get that person to leave a review, but we get the review on Google. And then when that person leaves the Google review, our AI is actually programmed with the free prompt that I gave you today. And it actually responds back automatically on that 5-star review that you got on Google. And it actually does this really interesting thing where it says, like, how would you rate your experience with us? And if somebody clicks on the 4-star button, it'll take them to a thank you page that says, hey, thank you so much. Here's where you leave your feedback. But if they click 5 stars, then it takes them over to the Google profile where they leave the review on Google. So it actually kind of protects you from somebody having a 4-star on your Google profile. So yeah. So Kristen, great question. And thank you.
Cool. Right on, man. Well, epic stuff, brother. So you still got a busy day in front of you out there, or are you toward the end of the day? Because it's about 4 in the afternoon out there now, right?
Yes. So it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And this morning, this is okay. I have to share. Do we have 2 minutes for a quick story?
Of course. Yeah.
So this morning, we drove about an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and a half, way out into the desert, and we met with a Maasai tribe. And so the Maasai are one of the largest tribes in this particular part of Africa, and they're the ones that carry the spears and wear the stuff. And still to this day, that's how they show up. So we rolled up, and the elder of the tribe came out because they've helped him actually build a house there. And we were there to put the drainage systems to catch all the rainwater off the roof and then put it in these big water cisterns. So it's enough water. We installed 3 of them, and each one is 6 months worth of water for people in the tribe. So we give them a year and a half of water. So we showed up to this Maasai tribe, and my daughter is 9. And she's here for the animals, if we're being completely honest.
Sure.
Like she just wants to go on safari, but the orphanage and the school and everything, it's been a phenomenal experience. So we hop out of the truck, and these Maasai warriors come running out completely unexpected and surround the group and start doing this like tribal dance stomping thing, and the sand is everywhere and everything's just going crazy. And at the very beginning, my daughter was terrified. Like she was like curled up in a ball right in front of me, just like totally clung to me. And by the end, she's in the middle with one of these Maasai tribes, just going crazy in the middle, stomping her feet.
You got to be kidding.
Yeah. And so
gosh,
they do this like jumping contest I've been jumping a fair bit. And I was actually the highest jumping visitor, we'll call us, to the tribe.
Canadian. Yeah.
So the leader of the Maasai tribe actually like took me aside afterwards and toured me through and nobody else was allowed to come. It was like, you won the jumping competition, come, let me show you. And he walked me around the tribe and took me to all the mud huts where they live and actually walked me through the whole process. It was crazy. So it was and that's like, so they're going to come back, we're going to wash up and then go for another little experience this evening. So I came back early for Breakfast Club and they're on their way back now. So
I think the main question we all have right now is, when you won the contest, were you wearing your Loan Officer Breakfast Club t-shirt? Because that's probably what helped.
So we're hand washing our laundry, Frank.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's no washing machines. That was a shock to my wife. The men aren't allowed to touch that work. Not my rule, but culturally, it's a thing. So I'm saving my Loan Officer Breakfast Club t-shirt just in case we come across an elephant. And I'm hoping for a Loan Officer Breakfast Club t-shirt elephant photo. That's what I'm going for. So
we're looking forward to that. Awesome, man. Good stuff. Hey, Chris, thanks for everything, brother. Thanks for jumping in from Africa. Congrats on all the work out there. We really appreciate you and taking the time to be here and share something so epic and awesome with us that we can use right away. Fantastic. Really appreciate you, brother, as always.
And great news on that trigger bill.
Right. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Good stuff. All right, everybody. Well, hey, man, let's get on with our day and our weekend, my friends. You guys have a great day, a fabulous weekend. We'll be back on Monday. The Loan Officer Breakfast Club. Watch by the Mortgage Marketing Animals. We'll see y'all then. Adios.